PoBoySpecial here. This video is in response to DocTacDad's video, and what he did in his video is to show the lethality of the 22 long rifle. Which one? Well, this one in specific. This one is the CCI Mini Mag HP. It is a 36 grain copper plated hollow point. And what he did in his lethality test is he shot it through a rifle first at about 300 yards, and then the second shot was about 50 yards?
25 yards.
25 yards. So, our response to his video is, let's show the lethality of the same exact round through a pistol, a semi-automatic pistol at close range, and we're going to be shooting probably at about 5 to 8 yards. There we go. And we're going to shoot it through a semi-automatic pistol. This is the Bursa Firestorm, and it is a 22 long rifle. So, what kind of performance can you get or expect out of the same exact round that he used out of a short-barreled semi-automatic pistol and at closer range?
And that's got about a 3.5-inch barrel.
3.5-inch barrel, and we're going to do it through 4 layers of denim and wet pack. How much wet pack? We've got 18 inches of wet pack and a 4-inch 2-liter bottle full of colored water to catch it in case it goes that far and see if it goes in the backstop. Also, we've got more tests coming. We're going to test it against an ice skull and wet pack. We're going to test it against our normal skull, and we're just going to put it through a bunch of tests in response to DocTacDads. All right, from about 10-12 feet away, let's see what it does. All right, let's go check it out. Let's start digging and see how far it went. Remove the 4 layers of denim, and oh, we shot a little bit to the right. Right here we see a hole. It's a little bit high. Let's see how far it went. No scraping on the wood here.
Wow,
so
you should see the damage path on this side. There's a nice damage channel right there.
oh, look at the size of that. I can put my 2 fingers in through that. Okay. Looks like we got it through here. Like I said, there's nothing on the side of the wood, so it didn't scrape the wood. So far, you can see that it's 18 inches right here of wet pack, and you're looking at about at the 6 and 7 inch mark here, maybe all the way down to the 4. So you're looking at about 16 inches so far through 4 layers of denim to where my finger is. Let's see if we can find it. All right, it did not make it to the water bottle.
Oh, but it looks like it punched it about right there, doesn't it?
It's got a dent in it.
Yeah, it sure does.
So let's look toward.
Oh, it's laying outside right there.
Oh, we got it right there.
It literally is laying outside.
There we go.
Hey, no expansion to the bullet.
All right, we found the bullet right at the back. It did touch or kiss slightly the 2-liter bottle full of water, and you can see the bullet here, and you can see the dimensions and the size and everything here. Here's the hollow point. There's absolutely no mushrooming. The bullet looks completely intact as if it came straight out of the barrel. I don't see any expansion whatsoever. Now, DocTacDad did mention that he theorized that out of a pistol at closer range, we did 10 to 12 feet, that there would be no expansion of the round. Well, there you have it. There's your proofs in the pudding right there. Thank you, Mr. DocTacDad. There's your proof.
Although we did get 18 inches of penetration.
Yes. The lethality of it is pretty good. 18 inches of penetration, and probably a little bit more if it hadn't hit the plastic bottle, but 18 inches out of that, no expansion, but that much penetration. So let's continue with more testing. Our next test is going to be through ice. That's about 3 inches of ice. You can see right here at the 17 inch and the 20 inch, that's 3, maybe 4 inches of solid ice, a block of ice. It's a skull. That's the PoBoySpecial way. And behind our 3 to 4 inches of ice, we have our wet pack. So we're going to see that same bullet, same weapon, same distance, see how far lethality, if it'll go through solid ice, and wet pack maybe how far. let's see. We've got here about 17 inches of wet pack and about 4 inches of ice.
Good.
All right, here we go.
Oh!
Straight down the pike.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Let's check the results out. Obviously, you see where it went in here, through the ice, through the thickest part, through about 4 inches of ice. Not any problem whatsoever. Here's our hole. Let's move the ice out of the way and see how far into the wet pack it went. All right, let me set this down here. Give me just a second. Remove the ice and lay that down. Here's the first brick.
And into the second brick.
And look at the size of that hole right there. And we can even see daylight.
Can we? Hey, you can. Let me see well, I can see through the camera, but that's okay. Yeah, you can see daylight.
All right, right here's through the second brick.
Oh, it took a turn there. No, it's right there. It's looking back at us, isn't it?
Let's see if we can find it. I don't see it. Had to come in. Let's see. Okay. We'll try to find it. No, I'm confused. Ta-da!
Okay, that's at the back of. That was at the back of number 2, right?
Yep, back of number 2.
So it got about 6 inches of penetration on top of 4 inches of ice, right?
Yep. Well, here's number 3. So yeah, about 6.5 inches of penetration and 4 inches of ice. And look at that deformity.
Oh my
and
gosh!
look at that expansion.
What's the dimensions on that? Put it next to. That's like 1/4 of an inch, isn't it? That's more than 1/4 of an inch. Wow. That is something else there, isn't it? Yeah. All right, well that's like 3/8 of an inch right there.
There you go. All right, that's through ice and wet pack. Now we've got some more to go. Our next setup for this round is the 2x4. And we've got the 2x4 here, and in back of it we've got the 2 liter full of water. So will this round go through a standard pine 2x4 and maybe into the backstop, maybe through the water, bottle of water? Let's find out. All right, here we go. Let's go check it out. All right, let's check it out. We removed the first one. Here's the second one. There's the entrance. There's where it hit. And we do have an exit on the other side.
Very nice.
So, did it go into and or through our 2 liter? Well, we have an entrance here and no exit. So it's got to be in here somewhere.
We caught the bullet.
It caught the bullet. Let's see if we, yep, I see it in here.
Okay, give us a second to find it and we'll start this back out. Yeah, you're seeing the scientific way we find our bullets in a 2 liter. Just pour out the water and hope we can, don't pour out the...
All right, here's the bullet that we got from the jug of water. You can see it deformed horribly. It went through a 2x4 and some water. So there's your entrance. And what kind of measurement did we get? Well, let me see if I can line it up with that 11 right there.
That is close. That's a 1/2 inch.
Almost a 1/2 inch. So there you go. That's through a 2x4 and into some water. How's that for lethality? Last but not least, our signature trademark zombie skull with blood pack in the back, and we're going to measure the blood spatter. All right, this through the skull.
Oh yeah.
Check it out.
Let's go see what happens.
Let's check out our damage here. Here's our base. We'll just move it. And here's the skull that we're trying to do. And look at that shot.
Oh man, beautiful shot placement.
Almost right between the eyes. And it did get our blood pack. It didn't. It did get it.
Yeah, it did.
There you go. Just so you can see, there's the
So he had 2 blood packs in there, and it definitely penetrated one of them.
Yep.
And these are thick, thick skulls. Look at how thick that is.
And if you want to see how thick those, show the backstop here where it was. It did not go to the backstop, so it did not go all the way completely through the skull. And let me get this out here. You can see, if you want to know exactly how thick these are, there you go.
Okay, that's what, 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches? Yeah. That's a thick skull.
That's a thick skull, and if you measure right here where
it's
it went
about
in,
2 inches right there.
So there you have it. It went through 4 inches of solid ice, and then about 6 inches past that. So it went into the skull and it got the blood packed brain. So what about the lethality of it? Is it lethal?
Oh yeah.
It is to that zombie skull.
Yeah. I think all these tests actually supported DocTacDad's theories of what it would do, how it would act. I'm real pleased with the way this turned out.
Yes, there you go. So here's the test to sum it all up. Obviously, it'll go through a very, very, very thick skull. Not a problem. It goes through 4 inches of ice with 6 inches of wet pack behind it. That's pretty significant penetration through very hard ice, through very hard skull, through very hard 2x4, and into a bottle of water, which we collected, with almost a 1/2 inch of expansion after that. And for our
18
wet pack,
inches.
18 inches of wet pack through 4 layers of denim. Now, you determine if that's lethal enough, because you saw it here on the PoBoySpecial channel.